So my WTF moment was, I was teaching math and science, and my students would always come back and visit me. And I think that every good teacher should never pay for her lunch. That your students should come back and buy you lunch as part of the reciprocity in education. And so one of my students came to see me, and the kid was brilliant, like could figure out cold fusion brilliant, like just bright scientific mind. And so my science classes were always the study of truth. So the question was always, what are you doing with your science? What's your truth? And he said, well, I'm working in cleaning services at one of the hotels downtown, and you'd be surprised at what people don't know about the basic properties of ammonia. And I felt my heart break a little bit. Like, here is the brightest kid I know, and he's basically telling me that he's cleaning toilets. And the more he talks, the more I realize, because of his documentation status, he's not even making minimum wage. He's being, exploited on so many different levels, and yet he is cheerful and happy. And so, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and so he could tell I was upset. And he said, Sandy, I don't think you're listening. You've always taught us that leadership is making opportunities for others. And it doesn't matter whether I'm in a lab coat or a lecture hall or I'm cleaning toilets, I'm teaching people just like you taught us. And that was it. That was the defining moment where I was like, oh my gosh. And the funny thing is, I was teaching a group of teachers earlier that week, and I was saying, every lesson we teach is one we too must learn. And there it was, like I just got schooled, right? So I'm walking back to my office, and I'll never forget, it was Wabash. It was one of those Wabash moments where Wabash is like, wah, 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 wah. Like, from this moment on, your life is never going to be the same.
That's right.
That you can't go back, and that everything that was comfortable and that you were good at is about to change dramatically. And the other co-founder and I come, I tell her the story, and we're like, that leadership, a program designed to develop leaders, what if we connected it to technology? What if we taught technology and systems thinking and process and methodology as a mode to actually teach leaders, to train future technologists and community leaders all in one frame? And that was it. It was the late 90s. There were dot-coms everywhere, tons of opportunities, shortage of technology workers. And the decision makers, were like 25-year-old guys driving around in fast cars. What better, what better opportunity could be there? So that was
Really powerful story.
WTF.
Yeah.